Whew. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Marenda, coming with the Marinspiration or Marin motivation and some Marenda transparency. Y'all know I recently went back to the line, which means I went back to being a flight attendant after 2.5 years of being a manager. And I haven't flown that many trips, just a few. And this trip that I'm on right now, I am exhausted. I forgot. I honestly forgot. Either I'm just aging, or I just really forgot how hard this job is. Yesterday we had a really long day, and I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I gotta get back in the groove of this. And I guess when I was 42 versus 49, like, stuff has changed. Your girl is tired. My feet hurt. I'm like, oh man. But anyway, so I'm saying all that to say this. I don't even know what I want to say. I forgot. What was I gonna say? Dang. Let me drink some of this coffee and maybe it'll come back to me. I know what I was gonna say. No, I don't. I really don't. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I got so many things on my mind and so many things that I want to share. As I'm sitting in my hotel room, I woke up early, as I typically do, and I was just laying in the bed, just laying there, just thinking about my life pre-pandemic, my life during pandemic, and my life after pandemic. A friend of mine, a really, 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 really good friend of mine, was saying that it's like I'm like a whole different person. And I'm sure all of us are like whole different people. I'm definitely a whole different person. I learned so much during pandemic and experienced so much. There's so much stuff that we don't talk about, y'all. I honestly believe that we all have PTSD from the pandemic. I honestly believe that. We jump back into the world like nothing happened and everything happened. And, we need to deal with it. You know what I mean? I don't know what your issues are, what came up for you during pandemic, but for me, we had tremendous losses in my family. I broke my arm. I was supposed to have a certain type of surgery, reconstructive surgery, and didn't have the one that I was going to have because my arm was broken. And it's just so many different things. And all of that has had a major impact on me mentally, spiritually, and physically. All of it. The deaths in my family, the broken arm, to the reconstruction surgery, to the tremendous weight gain, and just, aging. So I'm, here. I woke up like this. This is what I look like without my makeup, without a filter. This right here. All of this. Yeah. And this morning I was looking in the mirror. I was like, oh, yeah, cheeks. Like 49. This journey, 49 years. So much has happened in the last 2 years of my 49 years, and I am now on a road, on a journey to 50. And I was talking about that yesterday with some flight attendants, and I was just saying that I really want to do 50 big. And the reason why I want to do it big, and when I say big, I'm not talking about like a party. I'm talking about like 50 amazing things throughout the year is what I'm talking about. For my 40th birthday, we didn't really know if I was going to make it to 40. I was diagnosed with breast cancer at 39, went through that journey, and it was a very difficult journey. And at the end of it, after my bilateral mastectomy, the following month I turned 40. And so my family and my friends threw a big 40th birthday party. It was amazing. And as I think back to that time, and I think about where I am now and everything that's happened since turning 40, I just look back 9 years and so much has happened. I'm thankful and grateful to not have had any recurrences, but I'm deeply saddened by the people who have had recurrences or who are no longer here with us. One of the things that as survivors we don't really talk about is survivor guilt. And I've talked about this a few times, but not really a whole lot. And as I, think about all of the women who were going through breast cancer at the same time that I was going through it, and they're not here, you know what I mean? They're not here anymore. And I think about the statistics and the disparities of Black women dying from breast cancer. And I think about myself and how, in a lot of ways, I'm like a unicorn in a lot of ways. When I was going through my treatment after I had the heredity test and found out that I was BRCA1 positive and BRCA2 inconclusive, and had all these other medical issues that were going on too. One of the doctors, I can't remember which one, was like, said I was like an anomaly. And then it didn't mean as much as it means now, because I've truly been blessed. And I attribute that definitely to God, for sure, because it's bigger than me. I definitely attribute that to God. I also attribute it to making a complete holistic life change from the time that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I started making immediate changes. There's a saying that says that you can't heal in the same place where you got sick. I took that to heart, and I changed everything. I changed my eating habits. I changed my job. I changed my exercise. I changed where I lived. I changed everything about my life. And not only did I change every part of my life, I also decided that I was going to live every single day with purpose and intentionally, and that I would do all of the things that I've ever wanted to do, thought that I might want to do, and extended myself grace, because the cancer journey, it doesn't stop after treatment. It doesn't stop after the surgeries. It's part of the rest of your life. You have to do things to avoid or prevent another incident of cancer. You have to take care of yourself. Sometimes that means that sometimes you have to remove yourself from certain situations. You have to manage your stress. You have to manage your weight. And for me, I've pretty much been like menopausal for like almost 10 years. In 2014, chemotherapy threw me into menopause, which they didn't know if I would come out of it. I came out of it for a little bit, and then, I had a time clock on these ovaries, and I had to have those out. So once I had those out in 2018, this menopause thing has been full blast, like hardcore, and I've been going through it. And part of that is weight gain because of the low estrogen and all of those things, and I can't do hormone replacement therapy. And so exercising, like some exercises that I used to do, that doesn't work for me now. So I have to modify and do things differently, because certain things actually are counterproductive to what I'm trying to do. They actually make you gain more weight. So I am saying all this to say that I am getting comfortable again in my own skin, with my appearance. Sorry, I accidentally switched the view because I was getting a message and I was trying to see what that was. But yeah, I'm getting comfortable in my own skin again, and I'm starting to do some different things because, again, not using pandemic as an excuse, but during pandemic with all of these different changes and lifestyle changes, like being on lockdown, switching my job from being a flight attendant to a manager, I lost some of the discipline that I had, and like with my yoga practice and other things. And so, I was in a very, very, what do you call it, dark place, depressed. My grandmother, she was one of my best friends, like, in the whole world, like, always, since I was a little girl, since I was probably born. She was always like a huge, huge, huge part of my life. Like, I talk to my grandmother like every single day. If you call me now, my voicemail is full, and I won't listen to it and I won't change it because I have a lot of messages there from my grandmother. And I miss my grandmother tremendously. Like, there are no words that can express how much I miss my grandmother. And losing her has been devastating and life-changing for me. And each day I have to make a concerted effort to push forward, like even on this layover that I'm on right now. Normally I would try to go somewhere and get something like that you can't get in California or whatever. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that because when I used to fly, I always got postcards from wherever I was, and I sent them to my grandmother, and I would tell her like what I ate and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I know I could send a postcard to my mom or to someone else, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same. And I have the stack of postcards that I sent my grandmother through my flight attendant adventures. So it's also bittersweet coming back to the line and being a flight attendant because I shared so much of that with my grandmother because my grandmother hadn't been to all these places. So it was like I was taking her with me on the ride. And I know in spirit she's with me in a way that she's never been with me before, and she's experiencing it still. But I'm human, y'all. I'm human. And the human part of me misses the human part of my grandmother. So it's been a very, very long, hard journey. And then with T having the stroke, and coping with that and supporting him through it, and it's just hard, y'all. It's hard. It's exhausting. And sometimes you don't know how tired you are. Sometimes you don't know how much you are doing until some shit doesn't get done. And it's like, well, why didn't I get done? Oh, because I was doing this. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm sharing that because you don't know what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. So it's important to always just be kind and supportive. You don't know what somebody is going through. We are seeing a lot of unlifing is what it's called now. We are seeing people like shooting people, and I mean, we've always seen that, but we on some next level stuff. There's a lot of mental health issues happening, and I personally think that they may have already been there and something has triggered them to come out more. And again, I'm not blaming everything on pandemic, but I think that has a lot to do with it because a lot of people, I think, have snapped. And they've snapped because they have unhealed hurts, unaddressed hurts, and mental health issues that have not been diagnosed or treated. Or do you know how hard it is to find a therapist right now? Like, people are always talking about, yeah, you need to get a therapist and you need to do this and that. I mean, you know, I believe in therapy, but a lot of people don't believe in therapy. And the people who are trying to tap into therapy, a lot of them can't because they can't find a therapist, because probably the therapists need therapy too. You know, it's crazy. But I mean, we really have to pay attention to our mental health as well as our physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And part of doing that, that's one of the things that I really like about yoga, because yoga allows you to just, you know, zen out or zen in, I should say. And you can meditate and kind of let things go and be kind to yourself. And I kind of gotten out of my yoga practice, but I am fully committed to returning to it, and in a big way, y'all. And I will share, of course, I will share that journey. I hope that some of you will come with me on the journey, because it's really, it's transformative. And I identify with butterflies and metamorphosis. So I have, like, you know how cats have like 9 lives? I'm like a butterfly. Like I just keep metamorphosizing. Is that a word? I don't know. But right now I feel like I'm not a larva. I'm like a caterpillar right now. And I'm just eating all these leaves, like preparing to cocoon and then to come out as a beautiful butterfly. And this is my life cycle. This is what I do. And I just want to share it and just be completely real and transparent with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, social media have people thinking that everybody perfect, and nah, boo, ain't nobody perfect. We perfectly imperfect. And the sooner that we can embrace our imperfections, the better that will be. So those are just my thoughts. I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, a lot of things coming. I have not been very vocal about the fact that I decided to become a licensed life and annuities strategist and agency builder. But that's what I'm working on. I've already gotten licensed, and so now I'm looking to build an agency, and I'm looking to work with 3 like-minded people who want to make a difference and who want to be part of the mission to build, protect, and preserve wealth. That's my mission. That's the mission that I'm on. And it's a holistic mission, because it's not just about money. It's also about personal development and getting your shit together across the board. So if that's something that you're down with, or something that you want to know more about, reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's mastermind. Because together, everyone achieves more. That's what team is, and teamwork makes the dream work. We can do this together. I got some of the best mentors in the industry that are working with me on my crazy schedule, and bending over backwards, jumping through hoops to try to help me, because they understand the pressures that I have on me and the pressures in my life, and they know my heart, and they know what I need. And so they're helping me and pushing me to get my shit together. So y'all want to get y'all shit together too? Come on, we can do it together. It's all good. We are all perfectly imperfect, trying to live our best lives. And the only way to do that is to grow. You can't stay the same. None of us came, my grandmother used to always say that, we didn't come here to stay the same. We came here to change, to evolve, and to do better. And when you know better, you do better. But you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know. Does that make sense? I've learned so much stuff that I didn't know. Like every day I'm learning something new. And I'm going to continue that, because it's how I grow. The more I know, the more I grow. I'm tired, y'all. I think I need some more coffee. Okay, so I'm out. I will be giving another update and sharing one of these long conversations with y'all again soon. But I hope that you have a wonderful day. Make the best of it and live your best life every day. I'm out.